Have you ever paused in the middle of your day? No noise, no distraction, just an unshakable feeling that something is trying to speak to you. Not with words, but with nudges, sensations, whispers that pull at the edge of your awareness, like an unseen presence gently placing its hand on your shoulder, urging you to listen. Most ignore that feeling, but you didn't. That's why you're here. There is a part of you that lives beyond time. It does not sleep. It does not forget. While your mind races through distractions, your higher self waits, patient but persistent. It speaks in signs, not sentences. It moves through dreams, feelings, synchronicities, and inner voices. It sees the whole picture when you can only see one frame. And when it reaches for you, it's never random. You are being guided toward remembering what you've always known, but may have forgotten. You are not lost. You are being called. If you're seeing this, something is shifting. You're awakening to a greater awareness, an intelligence that has never been separate from you. And now, one by one, the signs will begin to reveal themselves. Each one, a thread. Each one, a message. Each one, a hand reaching through the veil, waiting for yours to reach back. You know that sensation. Everything around you might seem fine. Your routine is unchanged. Your relationships appear stable. Your environment is familiar. And yet, beneath the surface, something stirs. It's not loud. It doesn't scream for attention. But it lingers, subtle and persistent. A quiet nudge in your chest. A soft unease in your stomach. A feeling that, despite all appearances, something isn't right. That feeling isn't paranoia or imagination. It's guidance. It's the earliest knock of your higher self on the door of your awareness. Your higher self sees more than your conscious mind ever could. If your life were a maze, the higher self would be the eye above it, watching every wall, every turn, every potential dead end or breakthrough. And when you begin walking toward a path that doesn't serve your growth, even if it seems logical or safe, it sends a signal. That subtle discomfort is not meant to frighten you. It's meant to wake you up. It's saying, pause, look again. Something here does not align with your truth. This sense may arise in relationships where the energy feels off, even when nothing explicit is wrong. It may show up in jobs, opportunities, or plans that look good on paper, but drain your spirit. You might find yourself in a room full of people and feel like you're the only one wearing a mask. Or you might feel it in smaller, quieter moments when you're scrolling through something, agreeing to something, committing to something, and a whisper in your soul resists. That resistance is sacred. It's your compass trying to reorient you. Many ignore these inner alerts. They brush off the discomfort, rationalize the misalignment, and continue moving forward in the wrong direction. But the longer you ignore the signal, the louder it becomes. Eventually the body reacts, the emotions intensify, the circumstances unravel, not because the universe is punishing you, but because it's guiding you home. When you finally stop and pay attention to the feeling, the next step often becomes clear. Sometimes that clarity arrives through a book, a conversation, a stranger's passing comment, seemingly random but perfectly timed. These are echoes of your higher self responding to your willingness to listen. To honor the feeling that something isn't right is to reclaim your sensitivity to truth. It's to say, I trust my inner knowing more than appearances. And when you do that, you open a channel. Life starts responding with direction. You move from confusion to clarity, not always immediately, but inevitably. The feeling is not the problem. The feeling is the signal. It's the map. And once you trust it, you stop walking in circles and begin moving with purpose. Once you begin to trust that feeling, that sacred tension guiding you away from what's misaligned, you create space for something new to emerge. And often, what comes next is quieter than you expect. It's not a sudden revelation or a booming voice from above. It's softer than that, more intimate. A thought appears in your mind, not loud, not urgent, but persistent. It carries a certain weight, even if its logic is unclear. You feel drawn to act, to explore, to create, or to reach out. This is the whisper of your higher self, your inner compass now speaking more clearly. The whisper can come in moments of stillness, while walking, sipping tea, folding clothes, or staring out a window. Without warning, an idea forms. A phrase enters your mind, a clear yet gentle push to take a step in a direction you hadn't considered. And if you pause to listen, truly listen, you might sense that this whisper doesn't come from the mind that worries or plans. It comes from something deeper, older, wiser. The whisper is not a random thought. It is invitation, a doorway, a seed of your potential, sent from the part of you that already knows what you're here to do. But here's the challenge. Most people ignore it. The whisper is so subtle, it's easy to overlook. You might dismiss it because it doesn't seem practical, or because it doesn't fit your current plan. You might talk yourself out of it before you even try. And yet, if you followed it, even just once, you'd begin to see its power. That book you felt urged to write, the person you felt compelled to call, the small shift you felt inspired to make, all of it was placed there for a reason. The whisper doesn't arrive to entertain you. It arrives to realign you. This voice doesn't demand attention. It earns it through consistency and truth. And the more you act on it, the more fluent you become in its language. Over time, it grows louder, not because it changes volume, but because you've trained yourself to hear it. You'll begin to notice that this whisper is the birthplace of every meaningful transformation. It is your higher self, speaking in the language of intuition. And when you answer it, you're no longer just living, you're co-creating with the unseen. When you begin following the whisper, when you act on those subtle intuitive nudges, you step into rhythm with a larger intelligence. And soon, life begins to respond, not with thunder, but with patterns, confirmations, alignments so precise and timely, they leave no room for doubt. You think of someone, and they message you. You speak a phrase, and moments later it echoes back from a stranger's mouth. These are not accidents, these are synchronicities, and they're one of the most direct ways your higher self signals that you're aligned with your path. Synchronicity is the language of flow. It's the universe reflecting your inner state back to you in real time. When you're connected to your truth, when you're walking in integrity with your higher self, the world begins to open up with grace. Opportunities arrive, symbols repeat. Numbers like 111 or 444 appear just when you're deep in thought or making a key decision. These signs aren't there to be worshipped, but to be noticed. They are mirrors, pointing you back to your own alignment. But not all synchronicities are warm or affirming. Sometimes, your higher self uses them to wake you up. You might hear the same message repeated across different sources, a song, a post, a conversation, all urging you to rest, to let go, to stop chasing. Or you might see patterns that reflect your neglect of self, reminders that you've been too focused on the external and need to come home to your inner world. These negative synchronicities aren't punishment, they're redirection, feedback from your soul saying, there's a better way. The beauty of synchronicity is that it follows attention. The more aware you become, the more you see. It's not about obsessively seeking meaning in everything. It's about becoming receptive to life's responses. Your beliefs also play a role here. If you believe certain numbers carry messages, your higher self will use them. If animals, songs, or certain words feel sacred to you, they'll appear more often. The language of synchronicity is uniquely tailored to you because your higher self speaks in symbols you already understand. When synchronicities begin to surround you, it's not magic, it's alignment. Your inner and outer worlds are beginning to harmonize. It's the result of listening to the inner voice, honoring the subtle knowing, and walking in truth. Synchronicity is the nod from the universe that says, yes, keep going. And the more you walk with awareness, the more life becomes a dance, one in which every step feels guided, connected, and unmistakably on time. As synchronicities begin weaving themselves through your waking life, another form of guidance often starts to emerge while you sleep. Dreams are the night's language of the soul, unfiltered, symbolic, and deeply revealing. When the same dream repeats over and over, or when a particular symbol or experience revisits you night after night, it's not random. It's a signal, a message encoded in metaphor, sent directly from your higher self. While your conscious mind rests, your deeper intelligence begins to speak, softly but clearly. Recurring dreams are often tied to patterns that your waking mind hasn't yet resolved. They shine a light on hidden fears, emotional wounds, or suppressed beliefs that still live within you. You might find yourself being chased, falling, or searching endlessly for something you can't quite find. These dreamscapes are mirrors, reflecting aspects of yourself you've tried to avoid. But your higher self doesn't want you to live in avoidance. It wants you to live in freedom. And so, the dream repeats until its message is heard and its wisdom is integrated. But dreams are not just windows into the past. They can be glimpses of the future. Some dreams come to prepare you. They show you what could unfold if you stay on your current path, or what becomes possible if you choose differently. They are not fixed prophecies, but invitations, warnings, maps. And when you begin to decode them, when you sit with them, feel them, and ask what they're pointing toward, you begin to shift not just your nights but your days. Dream work becomes a spiritual practice, a dialogue with your own soul. Memories, too, can repeat in much the same way. You may find yourself recalling the same moment from years ago, over and over, without knowing why. It floats up during quiet moments, or even during distraction. That repetition is not coincidence. It's your higher self guiding you back to something unresolved. Perhaps it's a belief you formed during that memory that still shapes your behavior. Perhaps it's forgiveness you need to offer, either to someone else or to yourself. Either way, your soul is trying to clear the space within you. When dreams and memories repeat, it's not to torment you, it's to free you. As dreams and memories begin guiding you inward, toward resolution, healing, and deeper truth, another form of communication arises, one that speaks without symbolism or metaphor. It shows up as thoughts that don't make logical sense, ideas that come uninvited, a sudden urge to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years, a name echoing in your mind with no reason. These thoughts might seem random, but they are not without origin. They are messages seeded into your awareness by your higher self, downloads meant to bypass the filters of logic and land directly into your intuitive mind. The mind often expects understanding before action, but the higher self moves in reverse. It delivers knowing before explanation. You might receive a thought that feels strange, too sudden, too out of place. Call her. Don't trust this. Wait. And though your reasoning mind may try to dismiss it, the thought continues to return, gently insisting. This is not mental noise, it's spiritual navigation. A quiet intervention from the part of you that sees the full timeline and is trying to prevent unnecessary detours, delays, or pain. Ignore these nudges too often, and they may start to manifest in other ways, especially in the body. The body is a highly intelligent messenger. It holds your past, your emotions, your unmet truths. When you are out of alignment for too long, ignoring thoughts, dreams, signs, and feelings, your body often becomes the final voice. Pain, tension, fatigue, digestive issues, even chronic conditions can arise as physical manifestations of energetic imbalance. This is not meant to create fear. It's meant to awaken awareness. Your body is not the enemy, it's your ally. And when it speaks, it does so in service of your wholeness. Health issues are often treated as mechanical malfunctions, but many times they are symbolic patterns taking form through flesh. Recurring symptoms may be connected to thought patterns, lifestyle choices, relationships, or suppressed emotions that have gone unaddressed. Your higher self will use the body to say what the mind refuses to hear. The remedy isn't always immediate, but the first medicine is presence. The first cure is listening. You begin to ask different questions. What am I not honoring within myself? What have I been avoiding? What belief or behavior is asking to be released? You are not a machine. You are a system of energy, emotion, memory, and consciousness. And when your higher self speaks through your body or through spontaneous thoughts, it is offering a chance to return to harmony, to become aware of what you're carrying and to choose differently. Sometimes that means rest. Sometimes it means courage. Sometimes it means surrender. But it always means honesty. The more you listen, the less life has to scream. Because in the silence, in the stillness, in the strange and spontaneous thoughts, your soul is speaking. When you begin to truly listen to the subtle whispers, the dreams, the quiet thoughts that seem to come from nowhere, you begin aligning with the deeper truth of who you are. These signs aren't external clues scattered at random. They're sacred messages from the part of you that sees beyond the surface. Your higher self has always been guiding you, patiently waiting for you to notice the patterns, the feelings, the moments that carry meaning. If you're seeing this, your higher self is reaching for you now, not to fix you, but to help you remember your path. The signs are not coincidences, they're conversation. And the more you trust what you feel, what you sense, what keeps returning, the more life begins to move with you. This is your invitation to stop doubting, to start listening, and to meet the guidance that has always been there, waiting for you to return.